In this video tutorial, we'll talk about group by clause in Oracle. Yeah. So first of all, let's understand what's the use of a group by clause, and then we'll see a couple of queries to clarify the concept. Yeah. So many times it is required to group the rows in a table based on the certain criteria. The group by clause can be used for this. The grouping criteria is specified in the form of an expression. Oracle groups rows based on the expression and then returns a single row of the summary information for each group. Yeah. For example, let's say if we want to know the average salary of the employee in each department, then how we can find? To make this demo, I'm going to make use of this table, EMP table, right? So here we would like, here you can see we have 14 records. We would like to find the average salary or average salary of the employee in each department. And then how would you write a query? It's simple. So I write select, then we would like to know the department number and corresponding average salary. So of course DEPT number you have to select, DEPT number. Then to get the average salary, we have a basically a aggregate function is called AVG, and there you have to pass the column for that you want to calculate the average salary, and that's nothing but a cell, right, from EMP, right? Now you have to apply the, of course, group by DEPT number, right? So that's what we use, the group by and this column name DEPT number. Yeah. So here spelling of select is wrong. Now let me format this query. Just we have to press Ctrl F7 to format. And if I run this query, then here is the result. Here you can see we have a 3 department, right? Department 10, 20 and 30, right? So in this department we have employees only, and if you look into the average salary of department 13, this is the salary. Average salary of department 20, this is the salary, and this is the salary or average salary of the department 10, right? That's the way to calculate. Here the query that includes the query that includes the group by clause is called grouped query. You need to keep in mind, because it groups the data from its source table and produces a single summary row for each row group, right? The columns named in the group clause are called the grouping columns of the query. So here this column is called the grouping columns of the query. If the SQL command does not contain where clause, then you have to place group by clause after the from clause. And if SQL command contains the where clause, then you have to place the group by clause right after the where clause. So here we do not have a where clause, right? So just after the from clause we have kept group by clause. Now let's say we have a where clause. So for that, let's say we would like to find out the average salary, not average salary, we would like to find the average annual salary of the non-managerial employee in each department. Then how would you write the query? So we will write something like this: select, then we would like to select DEPT number, department number. Then we would like to calculate the average annual salary. So I would write 12 into AVG and SAL. So this is the annual average salary, right? From, of course, EMP table. And then we have to basically write group by, no. So here basically what is our basically intention is to find the average annual salary of non-managerial employee, right? So we have to put the where clause. So I'd say where job not in, right, not in manager, because we want to get the average annual salary of non-managerial employee, manager. Yeah. So we have now where clause. So after where clause we have to put now group by and DEPT num, right? Group by, there is a spelling mistake, sorry. Now we have to format this query. So let me format. Now here you can see, now this query will give you the average salary of the employees who is whose designation is non-managerial, right? If I run this query, so here we get something, some error in line number 16, right? So line number 16, here we have, okay, so we are job, that's column name is wrong. So that's what we get the benefit when we enable the line number in SQL developer. Now here is the result, right? So here you can see in department number 30, if if you can see the average salary, average annual salary of the employee of non-managerial employee, this corresponding in department 20, average annual salary of a non-managerial employee, this. So this is the way to get the, basically this is the way to put the group by clause if you have a where clause. If you have a where clause, then just right after the where clause you can put the group by clause, right? Now here in group by you can mention more than one column as well. So as of now we have seen we have kept only one column, right, in group by clause. Let's see where let's see how we can write a query to basically specify more than one column in group by clause. To show that demo, let's assume we want to find departments have more than two people holding the particular job, right? For that I'm going to write a query, select DEPT number, right? And then we'll select the job as well, and then we would like to select the count, right? So here I'm going to make use of the count function from EMP, right? And here I'm going to write group by clause again. So group by, and in this group by you have to specify both the columns, right? And after that I will write having clause, having clause. I'll explain the having, what is having count greater than 2, right? And let me format this query. So this is the query we have written to find which departments have more than 2 people holding a particular job, right? If I run this query, then we get the result, right? So department number 30, there are 4 basically employees having the designation as salesman, which is greater than 2, right? So here you can see we have in select query what we have done, we have selected department number, job, and we want the count as well, right? And here we want to group based on the department number and job, so that we can get the exact count. And that count, let's say here we have used having clause, right? So if you use group by clause, means your data is going to divide into different groups, right, based on the basically a specified group. And out of that group, if you want to perform some selection, right, selection based on the some aggregate function, then having clause comes into the picture. So this is the place where just I have shown you, you can mention more than one column in group by clause, right? So that's all I have in this video tutorial, guys. Big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next video tutorial.